just to keep track of, you know, how the players have been playing, whether again it's the aggression frequency that we've seen, whether it's, you know, VPIPs and here showdown percentages. Just a little added information for the viewers out there to follow along with all of the action. And we are still going to continue to play on tonight till the end of level 21. We're still on the money bubble as 8 players get paid. And I'll be taking a short break. I'm gonna leave you in the capable hands of Brian. I'll be right back.
All right, gang. It's just me. I'm gonna up the sultry tones to a 10. Try to keep you all captivated wherever in the world you are, whether it's 2:30 a.m. like it is here in São Paulo with these players still going at it, or 10:30 in the morning or 10:30 at night. Thanks for joining us. We're here in sunny São Paulo, or at least it is during the daytime. These guys going at it nine-handed on the stone bubble of this 100K real tourney. Here we can see a early position open. Looks like maybe the blinds just went up to 30-60K. And so now we're getting opens to 120. You know, they got to do it. They got to just keep raising the blinds. And the reason is because they just got to get these things over with. Yeah, the ace-9 suited was what he came in with. And, ooh, Hoffa just rips the king-queen. And wow, what a wake-up if you're Hugo. Pocket kings. Let's go. And how happy is he going to be to see this? Because ace-9 is going to fold, and he's going to be all in against king-queen offsuit. Gente. Fala sério. I mean, it's hard to be a bigger favorite than this. We're talking 90%. Hello, Ted. And Hoffa is, you can see the lower lip protruding just a little bit. That indicates that he's not very happy right now. That's my read. Spent years in the CIA in order to develop these kind of reads. Okay, that's not true.
You say that. Not like
playing with the fire.
And it's over. We have a 10 Badugi on the board. It's impossible for King Queens to do anything other than lose this pot.
It really tilts me that he talks to him. Like he sees the stream and then he talks to him.
And that's one of the many tricks to winning tournaments. Is what you do is you wait until your opponents have gone all in front of you and you have kings. Generally works out pretty well.
Now I cannot bluff him anymore. For sure talking about that hand, for sure.
You played well, Hugo.
Thank you. Do you call as well?
I mean, I think about it, and then I say, okay, gamble, and
yeah, you call Jack 10, right?
I call Jack 10. I think kings, maybe I'll go for it, you know.
Okay, thank you.
Nossa, fold. Igor, fold. Nerd.
see, fam, don't worry, I'm steering you well.
Folding, Gabriel
A minute after I did it, everybody at the table also busted Hugo's balls for waking up with kings.
Fold.
Don't worry, guys, I got your back. I won't steer you wrong. Little suited ace picks up the pot.
It was the easiest 4-bet all-in against 2 of my life. It was the easiest 4-bet all-in against 2 of my life. Ace 5 suited.
You gotta say that to the seat number 2.
Small blind, no, big blind.
I didn't 3-bet you.
It's true.
Ivan, Poisson. Fold. Ahead.
You just embrace. I mean,
Tudo bem. Poisson.
Yeah, it's true. You limp raise though.
you embrace it.
Yeah, it's the 3-bet, yeah.
Fold. Gabriel. Folding.
Ruben
Papa. Poisson.
almost flexing his chip leader might right there.
Left, what
Fold.
He's gonna raise it up with the queen 5 suited. I don't even know if I'd blame him. Why not? Got the chip lead. Not absurd, but he decides to pass, and instead Hugo
Folding.
gets to rip into a bunch of shorties behind him.
It's easy.
Wow, looks like the big blind's thinking about it. Is it real?
Nice folding.
He does have a real hand, but
Good hand.
Bottom left no flop.
You don't listen, huh? You still go to coaching, huh?
Quantas tens? 2 e pouco?
É tipo 2.300.
É tipo 2 e 4.
2.400.
Tô de olho no seu stack.
Nice. Small blind.
You. You have 3.
Ahead. Ahead.
Folding.
Folding. Tudo bem? Fold. Gabriel. Fold. Papa. Fold. Tudo, fold. Zupa. Zupa no céu, hein? Consato. Fold. Nossa. Fold. Ivan.
How much?
it's not very much. Looks like
465.
something like 7 or 8 blinds. Ooh. Wow. That's kind of a tight fold. I mean, listen, if the cutoff's going in with king 5 off, I'm not sure that could ever be right. It's only a 25% of his chips, so I mean, I know there's ICM pressure, but it's not only is it a small portion of Luca's stack, it's also a situation where he would like the bubble. He would like the bubble to end. The bubble continuing is not that the bubble's that big a deal, because the bubble factor's not going to change a ton post, but slightly better for him to end it, I would say. And he just had a pretty good hand, but very interesting.
Folding.
Well, gang, thank you for hanging out with me in Brian's corner for the last 10 minutes. I believe Maria is back. It is almost 2:40 here. I'm gonna need to go get some rest so that I can, I'm gonna be doing commentary tomorrow, but I'm also gonna be playing the 150K. So, yeah, it's sleepy time. So I will leave you in the very capable hands of my good friend and host Maria as she takes all of you into the home stretch of the broadcast. So thank you all very much. This is Brian Rass signing off.
Thanks, Brian. Now you guys are stuck with me.
Para 2 jogadores.
You know, as Brian mentioned, we are in the home stretch. It's been a long day, you know, not just for the players, but for everybody on the production side, of course, and even the viewers that are watching with us. It's definitely getting, you know, you're getting your money's worth, and it's free. So, you know, it's free 99 to watch this stream. So, you know, everybody's kind of getting their poker fill here. This is the 20K USD BSOP Millions Super High Roller Series event. We had a total of 56 entries in this tournament, and now only 9 remain. But the problem is even though you're at the final table, you're not in the money yet, as 8 spots pay. So it's going to be a painfully long day and exit for one of these 9 players, as one of them will be finishing just outside of the money. And we've got a hand here between Chowie in the big blind and Moraes, who opened from middle position with King 7 of diamonds. Both players, you know, had a little bit of showdown value in the form of King High, but now Chowie on the river does pair his jack. And as Brian mentioned, it is pretty late in Sao Paulo, 2:40 a.m., so close to 3 a.m. And by the time this is all said and done, you know, it's almost going to be 4 a.m. in Brazil. So really, really long day for these players. And definitely when fatigue sets in, it's kind of easy to maybe slip up and make a mistake. And that's not something that you want to happen ever, but especially at an important stage of the tournament, such as the money bubble. So players just doing everything they can to stay focused, to stay sharp, to, you know, keep their head in the game, because that is so important. Endurance and stamina is a big part of poker, but especially tournament poker, which is why, you know, you will hear some of the old school players say that, you know, tournaments just aren't sustainable for them anymore, just in terms of the long hours, you know, the 12 plus hours of play every day, you know, on a tournament that takes several days to reach a winner. All of these things definitely factor in, because the more tired you are, the easier it is to make a mistake. And so nowadays you do hear people saying that, you know, tournament poker especially is a young person's game because of that. Machado opening to 130K with the King Queen offsuit. Amarim in the big blind, 10-9 offsuit. Gonna defend. Jack 8-4, a couple of clubs, so open-ender here for Amarim. 2 overs with some backdoor possibilities for the king-queen here.
Tudo bem, São Paulo, 200.000. Third.
No coaching during FT, por favor.
Tudo.
No
Check.
coaching during FT, por favor.
Turn is the deuce of hearts, and Amarim checks once
It's
again.
between your guy and Situan. I think they both have 600.
Double check. River. Open.
River brings the 7 of clubs, which does fill in Amarim's straight.
$225.
He's going to go ahead and bet 225.
Okay.
Machado's going to fold king high.
Big passa rasgando, né?
Então, rapaz.
Vamos lá com uma regra. O relógio já ficou aqui, tá?
You give him back the money after?
Nossa, tá 20%.
Não, não.
20%. Tá 20%, ó. Ele só pitou. Acho que ele tava zerando. O Small Blind e Gabriel Big Blind.
Yeah, and even though the players at the table may seem a little tired, may seem a little subdued, you do still hear quite a bit of, you know, noise and laughter coming from the play happening at the outer tables. You know, there's still, again, a really robust schedule here during the BSOP Millions in terms of the different side events that they have. I mean, looking at the schedule right now, you could see there were several events happening today, and some of them are still going on in the background here. Does feel like, looks like some bags are out, so some of these events are ending for the night, but these players here in the 20K USD event still remain battling it out. Not only, you know, to finish in the money, but of course wanting to set themselves up to be in a good chip position heading into tomorrow, the final day of play. You do want to be in a good position to win.
Half the big blind.
And that black iPad in the middle of the felt is just a way to keep time, because as you can see, every player has these white time cards, so we are playing with a shot clock in this tournament.
120.000. Nossa, fold. Inácio. Fold.
Ziska raising with ace-10 off.
Folding. Ahead.
Off of the short stack here. Looks pretty scary when the short stack raises an early position, of course, off of about a 10 big blind stack.
Fold. Moving. Fold. Gabriel folding. Folding.
It's going to get through.
Então agora o Gabriel. Vamos para o live. O Rodrigo live.
Well, let's not start with the yawning, people. We know that your yawning is contagious, so
Milton folding. Massato folding. Inácio. Folding. Ivan folding. Ahead. Fold. Ruben.
120.
Ruben fez para 120 mil. Gabriel fold. Rafa fold. Hugo. O Paulo 120 mil. Flop 2 jogadores. Hugo. Check. Ruben. Check.
Ajeitou certinho.
Turn.
Agora. Só amanhã agora. Agora já é. Imagina o fuso dele, pô. Você é louco, tá tudo ao contrário, cara.
Hugo.
Machado with the straight here. Looking to get some value.
Bet 410 mil. Ruben.
That's 410K, and that is just a little too rich for Ruben's blood, just holding the pair of nines there.
Jesus.
Ai, ai, ai.
Cortesia.
That's it? That's it?
Meu amigo.
Was there, that was there.
Botão
Very, very there.
Ó.
Told you yawning was contagious, people. All right. There's a look at that beautiful super high roller trophy that will be awarded to the winner tomorrow of this tournament, as tomorrow will be the last and final day.
É mesmo.
Massato fold. Inácio. Fold. Ivan fold. Head fold. Ruben.
$120.
Fez 120. Gabriel.
Raise. 500.
Gabriel, raise 500.000.
So we do have a raise from Amarim in the hijack with King 6, and Tavares 3-betting half of his stack with pocket nines. Ooh, Machado in the small blinds with queens. You definitely can't blame Tavares for, effectively going with his hand when he 3-bets half of his stack, but just runs into it here.
500.
500. Gabriel,
Machado
fold.
with the call
Luca fold.
with queens.
Masato.
Very, very expensive game.
Fine,
Yeah, I know. I stake 4.
Nice to explode there.
Open fold. Install 500.000.
Yeah, and that does make Tavares a little uncomfortable.
Jogadores.
Has a feeling that perhaps he's run into it here.
Hugo.
Ace Jack 4. Couple of clubs, neither player with a club.
Check. Gabriel. Check. 30.
Goes check, check. 455k back for Gabriel, which is just about a third pot. Turn pairs the 4.
Check. Gabriel.
Check again from Machado.
Check. Here.
To the river we go, and to the river is the deuce of diamonds. So queen's still best, and you wonder, is queen's gonna try to ask for the rest of it now that it's gone? Check, check on the flop, check, check on the turn.
Check. Gabriel.
Check one more time, and Tavares, given the way that this hand is played out, given the fact that Machado didn't put him all in pre-flop, does have a chance to still check back here, lose at showdown, but still remain in the game with 455k in chips.
Check. Prolonga. Vou apresentar dois pares. Dá uma 4 e criança.
É muito sick este spot. O que é que suposto fazer?
So that's going to knock Tavares down to sub 10 big blinds.
Quando a amizade tá parada ali.
Just a bit of a cooler there.
Não tem farol de I think I bluff.
Okay, what?
I bluff.
The bluff here? I think it's good.
I can.
I don't think I can
I mean,
go always.
you have 0% showdown.
I know, but I think
thing is,
I can't go always.
Which hand do you want to jam? Like, do you want to jam a naked ace there?
Is
Like,
why
it
you have
doesn't
to
have much
do
to,
What?
like pocket checks.
In his spot?
What are you wrapping? Yeah.
Or
Ace
the
queen?
A6 of the world? I mean, he rejumps like even ace-9 suited, things like this.
Yeah, but he doesn't check all of them twice, I think.
He can. No, but,
Looks like there's a little bit of table talk
Last raise.
about
Everything-
whether or not
I mean, everything is
depends.
frequent.
1.5.
Like, it's
Tavares
like,
could have somehow
saying
gotten the
that.
queens to
I'm
fold
just thinking it like depends on
WL fold.
post.
super interesting.
What about kings?
What, in his shoes? Kings? En la posición de Gabriel.
Sí. No de kings.
Half a call.
¿Quieres meter
125
Kings
mil.
por valor?
Hugo. Fold.
Puedo.
Use the fold. Passado.
Sagra gonna raise from under the gun with sixes off of 10 bigs. Moraes is gonna call from the cutoff with ace jack
Or
offsuit.
if he goes all in with kings and you call with queens, it's like, I'm like, okay, Gabriel,
Ace,
you can win the
king,
tournament.
deuce. Moraes says ace jack out flopping the
how many
sixes.
pocket pairs he's jamming
He's jamming
pre-flop.
Yeah, for sure. If
He's
he
gonna
has,
have a
if-
lot, right?
No, he has
It's most of
sevens,
his
eights
range.
for sure.
It's most of his range. If
No.
he likes,
Raise
No,
five
he has
W.
sevens plus, I think. Sixes is close.
No,
I mean,
sevens, I'm not sure.
Huh?
Sevens,
I think he can take sevens. It's okay. Look at his face. Like he's opening king deuce off, bro. Like what are you saying?
but almost.
Call.
Sagra gonna just bet small on the flop, hoping to just fold out any overcard equity to his sixes, but Moraes continues, of course, with top pair, which I think just is gonna make sixes shut down here. Ten of spades on the turn. Sagar does check it over.
Alphabet 75 mil. Márcio com ação fold, Rafa com spot. Vou falar agora com a física.
eu não sei se ia foldar. ia gastar os time banks todos e depois ia chegar à mesma conclusão do que antes de gastar o time
Can
bank.
we still play on here on the bubble? It's been a while. You know, we were on the soft bubble for a while, and then it took us a little bit to reach this final table of 9, but you know, just because you reach the final table doesn't mean you're in the money.
Calma aí, vou jogar uma...
And that is definitely a stark realization for some of these players, that one of them is going to go home empty-handed.
Muito mal para blufar, né? Por isso, se calhar é só pares mesmo.
Sim.
Ivan. Fold. 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 Gabriel. Fold. Rafa, fold. Hugo.
E aí? Informação ruim ou boa? Não, digo.
Queen 5 of hearts for Machado with the cutoff.
Passado, fold. Márcio. Fold. Hugo, o spot.
Takes down the blinds. As we come upon, 3 a.m. local time, it is not an easy day by any means for these players. Tournaments are definitely a grind. And of course, all the staff, production, everybody working long hours to bring you guys coverage of the BSOP Millions. This is day one of our broadcasts.
Uma live.
We've got 2 full weeks of live streams coming to you. We're on day 3 of the series. Overall, there's been 2 days. It started on the 14th, and action already super packed. Several tournaments running a day.
120.
This is the one that we're choosing to focus on.
Crazy 120
And then
mil.
tomorrow we will be bringing you the live stream of the final day of this tournament as we play down to a winner.
Fold, Rafa fold, Hugo fold, música, fold, Masato, fold, Minas fold, Ivan, flop 2 jogadores,
Não vai sair daqui brasileiro.
Ivan, check, Ruben,
Ruben opened with the king 8 suited, and Yvonne defended with 8-7, and flop comes down ace 5-4.
Ivan,
Couple of spades gives Yvonne a gutter to the straight, looking for a 6, of course, and Ruben does feel like it's a pretty standard
turn,
flop for the pre-flop aggressor to just put in the C bet.
Ivan, check, Ruben,
King of hearts on the turn, so now Ruben improves to second pair. Action check to him.
check, river, Ivan,
Check back. The river is the 3 of clubs, so any deuce now makes the wheel. Yvonne with just 8 high. Does seem like a pretty natural bluff spot when you show up
5 mil,
to the river with no showdown.
Ruben com ação,
That's 265K.
no fold, e lá que fica.
Does get second pair to fold, so nicely done there.
Small blind, and big blind. Ruben com ação. Fold. Gabriel. Fold. Rafa. Fold. Hugo. Raise 120 mil. Luiz fold, Massato fold, Inácio fold, Ivan fold.
Machado raises with the queen jack offsuit.
Ahead. Folding. Folding push pot.
You know, I've definitely seen some long bubbles before, but this is, you know, up there. I feel like, especially considering when we got down to the final 9, we had 2 players come in with, I believe at that point in time, like 10 to 12 big blind stacks. You definitely feel like at some point something's gotta give, but
Massato.
you know, we've just seen some shorter stacks double up.
Aí, look. Japão
Looks like Masato is trying to take a nap at the table. Like, I get you. I feel you, my guy. Like, it is late where you are. It's been a long day. Plus, you know, who knows where Masato flew in from? I mean, very likely Japan. That time difference is gnarly. And again, this is only day 3 of the series, so even if Masato flew in for the first day, you just imagine there's still a lot of jet lag, which is why, again, I think local players in that regard will have a little bit of an advantage, right? Like, if you live in Sao Paulo, or if you live an hour or 2 flight away, you know, if you live in Rio or wherever, and you're flying in for this event, you don't really have to face the time zone differences, the jet lag, the exhaustion that comes from having to travel quite far for a tournament, right? So I feel like it's always important, especially as a traveling tournament pro, you know, to give yourself a couple days to acclimate to the time difference, because of that very reason, you're kind of at a disadvantage. And again, it's just been such a long day for the players. I mean, forget about someone who's traveled from Japan like Masato. Even the locals, right? If we're talking about it's pushing 3 a.m., even they are just exhausted. This is a particularly long day for them.
Massato fold, Inácio fold, Ivan $120 mil. Ahead. Massato. Fold. Tudo bem. Push it. Putting raising. 275 mil.
I mean, look, this old telltale sign of elbow on the rail with your hand on your forehead. That is a tired looking poker player if I've ever seen one. But action continues. Another yawn coming out of Masato. I mean, who can blame him? still manages a smile, though. Masato is someone who always seems to be in a good mood, just kind of a fun guy to play with, has quite a big personality. You can totally understand why he's a big content creator and very popular and well known in Japan, has a really big following. You know, and definitely one of those players that I think has put Japan on the map. Masato playing in some high roller events. Again, Japan is a place very much like Brazil in the sense of just how poker has grown exponentially over the last, 5-10 years, and still seeing a lot of growth. So it's important to have people like Masato, people that are creating content, that are driving more players and eyeballs to the game.
Pra trás. 425 pra trás.
Ruben no seu all-in.
Ruben gonna just jam here on the button, having the players in the blinds covered. Just gonna shut down the ability for them to reopen the action. And with a shorty out there, definitely the ICM pressure is very, very high right now for the remainder of these players to just outlast that one player.
You can do jills here in Brazil.
Say again, please.
You can do jills, like you can jill, like if you are heads up, two-handed. You can jill,
Yeah,
like
sure.
officially.
Masato fold.
But you must like
Not
separate like around 20% of the price
Okay.
pool, like for the chain. It's around like that. You can do.
fold. Give one fold. Ahead. Fold. Ruben. Fold. Gabriel. Fold. Rafa. Fold. Botão com
Next
Rafa.
time you fold, let me know. Okay? Next time you fold, let me know.
You're afraid of him, but not me, right?
You, I don't care.
No respect.
O small blind is the big blind.
Oh, sorry, my bad.
Carta virada?
Ele foldou.
I did it myself, yeah.
Okay.
Sorry, my bad.
Patas fold. Temos Sim.
I was just too streaming with deuce.
Patas fold.
Tilt fold.
Inácio.
Tilt
No
fold,
seu all-in. Give one fold. Ahead fold.
Sagra goes all in here for his remaining 305K. Ace 10 off, really great hand to find with just 5 big blinds. The only problem is not much fold equity when you have dwindled down to that 5 big blind stack. And it gets folded all around to the big blind, almost gets through, you would think, but Ziska finds ace king from the big blind. So unfortunate. Even if Ziska didn't have a strong hand as ace king, obviously you would imagine that when you get called, ace 10 is still going to be ahead of a lot of the calling range.
Now I understood.
Unfortunately, not the case here. Ziska does have Sagra covered. Flop is queen at 7-6. Couple of clubs, never easy. Sagra does have the 10 of clubs.
Jack of clubs, yeah.
9 of clubs.
You see that heart rate increasing a lot, actually. Turn is the 4 of hearts, so Sagra looking for a 10 and a 10 only. Otherwise, he is going to be the unfortunate bubble boy. And the river is the 3 of spades, so that is gonna do it, unfortunately, for Sagra. He hung on as long as he could. Unfortunately, does end up finishing in 9th place, which means he will finish just outside of the money. It's not a spot that anybody envies, but if you've played poker enough, we've all been there before. So GG to Sagra.
No, Josh, enough.
Okay, yeah, enough.
He's sleeping at the table.
No, enough.
2 p.m.
I don't know. Enough.
My Satan need to the
Yeah,
grass,
sleep,
you know,
yes.
like
I know,
Jeff
yeah.
one time, son.
So sleepy.
And with the elimination of Sagra, it looks like we are going to end play for the day, which means that the remaining 8 players will all come back tomorrow and they will all be in the money. And tomorrow will be the final day of this 20K USD buy-in tournament. You know, definitely still some great players in the mix. I personally feel like I've seen a lot of really strong play. Again, of course, you expect there to be a strong Brazilian contingent out here at the BSOP, but still a lot of international flair at this final table. We can't wait to see how it all shakes out and how we are going to end up playing down to a winner tomorrow and continue on with our live stream broadcast that we are bringing to you every single day for the next 2 weeks. You don't want to miss any of the action. So please come back tomorrow for the conclusion of this tournament and much, much more here from the BSOP Millions.